Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of yous are having a fantastic Sunday, wherever you are around the world. Of course, us lot with the football wouldn't have had a nice Sunday, would we have chat again? Welcome back to yes, another post-match reaction, and the Reds have lost to Arsenal by 3-1 in what was a disappointing performance. It's the worst of the season so far. Like we was on with Luke and Ricky, wasn't we, earlier on their channel, and it was it was the worst game of the season so far. The performance from certain individuals, of course, obviously we're going to speak about tonight. Of course, Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk, Ibu Kanate, just to name a some. But again, we will discuss all of the points, obviously the talking points, and get your guys' thoughts in the comments down below as well. But let me know how all of you are in the chat as well. If you are new, of course, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before I do mention anything about Liverpool or anything on that sense, again, big up to Arsenal. They, got the job done. I think obviously that second goal that we are going to talk about probably in depth, obviously changed the game completely. And Arsenal, they did the business, and fair play to them, because I think today, if Liverpool had won, Liverpool did get all 3 points, I think, for sure. I think Arsenal would have been out of the title race if Liverpool had won today. But look, at the end of the day, you have to, first of all, praise them and say well done to them, because they deserved it, and they got all 3 points for it as well. But good evening, press. Hopefully doing well, mate. Saying dreadful game. It was a dreadful game on our end. Look, it is, for me, the worst performance of the season so far. There's no good takeaways from this game in particular, apart from, oh look, Thiago's back. I think that's the only thing that was a bit of a bright side to it. But everything else, just pure misery today anyway. But well done. Obviously, good evening, Cressing. Well done to Arsenal. Well-deserved win. Absolutely shocking and abysmal from us. Three-way title race. Arsenal back in it. Liverpool lack a DM. Really showed, but no excuses for me. I don't think the DM. I think Maka was probably the best out of the lot in the midfield today, again, but nothing that you could just scream out and go, oh, that was a world-class performance. It wasn't from anyone today. It did really just take the wind out of our sails, didn't it, from a good part and a good area of the season. It's just taking the wind out of us a little bit. But needed Mo and Bradley, and Dom, so bad today, showed maybe Konza playing as well. For me, obviously definitely press, but for me the main one was Dominic Szoboszlai. Him missing in that midfield was huge today. Just the tempo, the pressing. I think the team was very much set up for Szoboszlai to be in it. Obviously, we know it's a bit of a hamstring problem, I think it is again, which isn't good news, especially I think Liverpool, he's having a scan on it tomorrow. As far as I think even Jurgen said that he felt something and they didn't risk it, and he's having a scan tomorrow. Again, not the best of news, because that could be another 3, 4, 5 week out for Szoboszlai if he has re-injured that. And again, that would then open up questions of, was he brought back too soon? Was this happened or that happened? And not the best. Big up for streaming, Connor. Big up Bozan as well, saying I'm so gutted with that performance. And rightfully so. And look, the main conversation will be obviously the second goal in particular between Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker, and as the title says, that for me cost us the game. Look, Arsenal could have gone on and scored that third goal towards the end, and they could have just nabbed the second goal throughout the game. But that was such a huge moment in the game, especially because Liverpool, even though we wasn't playing our best, again, we did look a bit threatening at the time, and it was just Arsenal's one clear chance. And again, it was out to nothing. And obviously it was on earlier on with Luke, Ricky, Jack and Kev over on the 1892 Reds TV. But it's just like that whole, obviously, in my opinion, it's more so Virgil van Dijk's fault, but it's in like two parts. For me, like the first part is massively Virgil van Dijk's fault. Again, letting the ball bounce, not attacking the ball again, allowing the ball to, get down to him and then not doing anything with it, which then brings out Ali, and Ali then does it. But then on that aspect of things, why is Alisson out so far? Why is why is he gone to kick it instead of just, he could have just collected it because the ball bounced from a kick instead of just blasting it up the pitch. It could have just been cool, calm, and collected. And that has realistically cost us the game. And I said on that stream, it awfully reminded me of Fulham away back in 1819, when the two of them made the same mistake as that. It's a literal carbon copy of it, where it doesn't matter if there was a shout from Ali or whatever. There is two parts of it. There's the side that Virgil van Dijk should deal with it, and there's the other side of it of where Alisson should realistically be there. For me, it was Alisson's worst performance for Liverpool ever. I do truly believe that. Again, doesn't have many days like this, if any. And look, he saves us 1,000 times to 1 in that area of the pitch as well. And for me, look, it is his worst game in a Liverpool shirt. Again, the second goal, the third goal as well, Ali should be doing a lot better than that. On their third goal in particular, I know he does get a little deflection off Virgil van Dijk, but still, you should be expecting your goalkeeper to do a lot better there as well anyway. But let me know your guys' thoughts as well in the comments, because for me, it is disheartening. It's disheartening because, again, we could have eliminated a title rival tonight for sure, but it's not the be-all and end-all. And look, I don't want to be disappointing because, again, so far this season, I don't think any of us would have suggested that Liverpool would be in this type of position. And I don't think any of us would have thought that. If you'd said to us, oh, you'd be top of the league by February and, you're still in the Europa League, you're in the Carabao Cup final, you're in this, you're in that, sure, absolutely 100%. I don't think any of us would have thought that. But what I do think now is that this little period now will either make us or break us, because we've got Burnley at home next week. We've got Brentford, then away the following week, and then we've got our, got the true run in then before we face Manchester City, and you hope that Liverpool can, get through it. But that now, the next few games are going to be so crucial because, for me, this does feel like the first loss of the season. I know that we've lost. It's now officially 2 defeats on the board, but I think everyone will say that Spurs defeat didn't feel like a defeat at all. Obviously, we got robbed in that aspect of things, but it then goes on to show how the reaction's been after it. And I'm hoping the players as well have a positive reaction from this and go, look, that's the one game that we can look back at the end of the season and go, do you know what? We were crap that day, but then the rest of the season we've been faultless. And I hope that's the mentality that they take from it. Not now like, oh crap, we're going to crumble. Or Man City's got 2 games in hand. Arsenal are 2 points behind us now, and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Look, Liverpool have gone on such an amazing run since we lost that Spurs game. It's around 22, 23 games, I think, unbeaten in all comps. And that's, for me, the most crucial part of it. Is the fact that we've gone so far into the season and we've just lost 2 games. Like that's really impressive. And it's now what we do and what else we become now in terms of, again, the Burnley game and the Brentford game. You want a result next week and you want a more so a performance, I would say, than anything. And that's the major thing for me, that I want a performance against Burnley, and don't want this like shite mentality of going, oh, Klopp's leaving and it's going to go downhill from year on out. No, like, I think it got said midweek that these boys need to give everything for Jurgen Klopp, and that's now more than ever. It's not, again, in a couple of weeks' time in the Carabao Cup final or even City in the Premier League. It has to be against the likes of Burnley, Brentford, and so on. Like, that's the most crucial part for me, for sure. Anyway, but again, let us know your guys' thoughts in the comments as well. But we just have to pick ourselves up for Burnley and Anfield. Yeah, 100%. Agree with you there, Ozan, as well. But so many points still left, says Mark. Yeah, 100%. Again, look, the title race is, if it does go to a 3-horse race, again, it could be exciting for neutrals. Obviously, for us, it wouldn't be so much. But we know what City are capable of. I don't think we've seen Arsenal, being capable of going so many games unbeaten. Like I said on the lads' channel, I have a feeling that Arsenal might lose their next two games in terms of West Ham away and Burnley away. Now they should beat Burnley, but it's away from home, and it's tough places to go. We know Arsenal don't tend to drop points against the top, the top lot. It's normally the bottom half. Like you look at last season, I think they lost to, was it? Oh, not lost. I think they drew like 4-4 to who was it? Southampton last season. I think that's that's the games they need to look at to improve, of course. But Verge did look shaky on Wednesday. Yeah, again, hopefully it's just one of those game scenario. And again, we look back at the end of the season and go, you know what, that was what. That was funny, wasn't it, when we lost to Arsenal, but then we ended up winning the league. That'd be brilliant if we could look back at that. Anyway, but still a long way to go. But that was our worst performance of the season. Not even sure it was a second yellow for Canate. I don't think it was personally. I think it's soft. Obviously means now he misses the Burnley game, but it was massively soft. But it also just goes to show that you look at the Gabriel one on on Darwin. It's the carbon copy. It's the exact same. We talk about consistency yet again, and look, there's no consistency in Premier League officiating. Plain and simple. But at the end of the day, Liverpool deserved it. Ibu deserved the red cards because there was the first yellow cards just unnecessary. And yeah, what's that now? 5 yellow cards, 5 red cards, sorry, for Liverpool now this season, or 4. I think it's 4. But yeah, there's just no consistency, I would say, in officiating these days. I would say anyway. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you think it was a double yellow for Ibu, or do you think that it's a bit harsh? I thought it was, the second yellow was a harsh one. But look, I think they were always looking to send Ibu off for sure. But it's just sad that we lost that game after the announcement and how well we have been doing. I just have to see it out. Yeah, 100%. Obviously Doug's link, thank you, Mark. Have you been to Brighton Stadium? No. And do I like Brighton? Sure, why not? All we can do is support the club and the team and see what happens. Yeah, 100%. And look, I've already seen people on social media go absolutely ballistic and title challenge is over, this, that, yeah, that, blah, blah, blah. Look, at the end of the day, Arsenal did really well today, and they did. They the first half they did very well. Obviously, we were massively lucky to be in half time 1-1. But look, at the end of the day, we've ended up going on such an amazing run so far. And again, I will say this: the only team that can do what Liverpool have done so far this season is Manchester City. Arsenal haven't been able to do it. Like as Doug has said, but that was our first loss in 22 games in all competitions. Exactly. That for me, only 2 teams can do that in the Premier League, and it's Liverpool and Manchester City. And look, Arsenal. I've seen people going about the Arsenal reaction as well. I do think a little bit of it is what's the correct word? Not cringe, but Arsenal acting like they've won the league or won the Champions League off this game, and it's like there's still a long way to go, boys. Look, at the end of the day, like Liverpool, we've done it before. We've done it against Everton, we've done it against Manchester United, but there's still a massive way to go. And like I said, the next 2 games for Arsenal are looking very difficult. And same goes for us, same goes for City as well. Look, that's why the Premier League is the best league in the world, is because you can lose any day of the week. And for me, Arsenal and Arteta's style is based on emotion, and once something clicks or when something changes for Arsenal, it's a downward spiral. And look, do I think Mikel Arteta can win a Premier League title? Well, this season, no. Personally, I still don't think Arsenal will win the league. I think it's between Liverpool and City. And even when Klopp goes, I still don't think Arteta can win a Premier League. That might be a bit stupid to say, but personally, I don't think Arsenal will win a league title under Arteta. I don't think he's a Premier League capable manager. Just my thoughts. I might be proven very, very wrong towards the end of the season, and this might get clipped, and then you can all have a laugh. But yeah, for me, he is definitely not a Premier League winning capable manager. Mikel Arteta, for sure. Anyway, but let me quickly scroll up. And Gabriel should have been booked for his foul on Nunes. Yep, I agree. Again, no consistency as per. Connor, how do you feel about us having to play Luton Town 3 days before Wembley? Joke. Again, it could have got rescheduled somewhere else in the league, but typical Premier League. So there we go. But I'd fully suspect the team might be a bit rotated for the final, but who knows? Like again, Jurgen probably start everyone. I hope that we batter Luton in the first couple of minutes, and then we go again. Then in that way anyway. But yeah, as Doug said, that was our first competitive loss in 22 games. Yeah, absolutely. Do you like Everton Football Club? Sure, just for Tom. No, I hate the blue shirts. Arteta's celebration for the third goal was way out. Yeah, again, you would have thought Arsenal had just won the World Cup. or won the Champions League, but with that result, that reaction, but yeah, it's ridiculous. No to both. Thank you, football. Meanwhile, Chelsea will have a full 7 days to prepare, and I think Liverpool on 2 days' notice could beat Chelsea. I'm not going to lie. But look, it is what it is. We'll batter them anyway. That's what I'm going to say on that anyway. But we were poor. Why did our defence let the ball bounce so much today? We obviously tried to put this behind us, but this was an awful performance today. 100% Adventure. 1,000% agree. The two of them, though, both Ibu and Virgil just didn't look right all game. They didn't look comfortable. They looked awkward, and Ali's in this as well. Like I said, Alisson Becker for me, it was his worst performance in a Liverpool shirt. And look, there's been other performances as well. I know. I remember Man City in COVID season. That was but that's obviously understandable. For I think Ali's dad had just died, I think, around then. So again, that's understandable. And obviously COVID season as well. No one gives a crap. But that was bad tonight from Alisson Becker. And Virgil van Dijk and Ibu and Cody Gakpo as well. Just trying to think. Trent, I know Trent again didn't look it looked like the team had been on a night out for the last 2 days and then just randomly come back to play football. That's what it looked like. But yeah, it's unbelievable how good you can look in one minute and then poor in the other as well. Because I said to you guys a couple of days ago, if we had beaten Arsenal, I think Arsenal would be out the title race right now. I think it would then fully be between Liverpool and City for sure. But obviously they're back in it now. I think Poch could be gone before the final. Could very well be. Of course, I think they play. Who do they play next week as well? Which is a tough game, Chelsea. But yeah, again, who do they bring in? Mourinho. I've said that for a while, haven't I? I think Mourinho will be manager at Chelsea again for sure. But I hope I'm wrong, says Doug. Could do. Football is basically tribal. We need big clubs to drive us to be better. Yeah, 100%. Aston Villa, they play Villa next, so yeah, there we go then. But we beat Burnley 4-0 and West Ham beat Arsenal 2-0. Yeah, I 100% see that. And that's what I mean. Like they've got such a difficult run of games coming up. Like they've got I'll quickly read out now what Arsenal have got, because they've got like loads of away games coming up, including Champions League in this as well. Let me quickly find. Nope, that's the wrong app. Arsenal. There we go. So Arsenal have in their next load of games, They have West Ham West Ham away, Burnley away, Porto away in the Champions League, Newcastle at home, Sheffield away, Brentford at home, Porto at home, and they've got Chelsea, and then they've got Manchester City coming up. Like, that's a very tough load of games coming up for Arsenal in a very short space of time. One or two injuries, again, Bukayo Saka got injured, I think today, which again, that could be a huge blow for Arsenal. I just look at Manchester City, and I go, for me, they are the ones to watch out for, as per usual. But again, I don't necessarily care too much about them because it's in Liverpool's hands. From here on out, Liverpool, it's up to Liverpool. It's up to us what we do, if we want to win this league title or not. And look, people go, oh, you can't really, say too much because again, it's January or February at the end of the day. But look, it's us, City, and Arsenal, and for me, Liverpool are, they're up there right now. They're competing, and that's without Mo Salah. That's without Wataru Endo, Szoboszlai for a part of it, Trent for a part of it. Again, you've got people coming back, and you hope Liverpool finally get everyone back into a rhythm sooner rather than later as well. But first they have Villa Park in the FA Cup. Oh, there we go. Is that for Chelsea? Yeah, it's for Chelsea. Chelsea has to play Villa again in the Cup, and City. Yeah, Jesus Christ, there's tough games coming up. City's March is pretty tough. Yeah, I did see something about Man City's month as well. Liverpool 3-0 Burnley. Salah to score. I don't think Salah will be back. I think it's probably Brentford we're looking at with Mo. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong about Szoboszlai as well, because if that's another, if that's another hamstring injury for Szoboszlai, that's massive for us. So again, we'd have to look and wait and see, won't we? But to expect for Sheffield United, they get battered by everyone. Yeah, look at that. Look at that game last night with Villa. That was appalling from Sheffield United for sure. But Chelsea are getting wrecked. Another loss today. Yeah, they got absolutely battered by Wolves, didn't they? Mathematically, I say Spurs in fifth are still in it. It's only 7 points between us. The title race. I wouldn't say Spurs are in a title race personally, but again, like 7 points is. It's not that far off. Liverpool need to drop points in 3 games, and Spurs win. So yeah, of course it's always that. But even if if Liverpool had won today, that means that we're 8 points clear of Arsenal, which would have been even better in that sense as well. But look, at the end of the day, it's one of these performances which for me is disheartening, but also you hope that it's just one of those meh performances, because it does feel like Watford back in 1920, like when Liverpool were absolutely shite for 90 minutes. But again, it could go, the other way. This could be the start of the downfall, which I'm hoping it's not, and I pray it's not as well. I don't have that thought process neither that it's going to be. It doesn't feel like it neither. It just feels like a blip in the middle of the road, and again, as Press said there, this performance might wake us up, and yeah, I hope it does, and I hope it wakes up Jurgen as well. I hope it wakes up a lot of people, for sure, as well. But Watford game or Man United in 17-18 away, yeah, 100%. And look, that hopefully next week we do have people coming back. Obviously, with Connor Bradley as well. Obviously, the sad news with him. Our thoughts are with him on that as well. Maybe Connor Bradley might appear next week. I doubt it, and rightfully so. Of course, Ibu won't be available, so we're going to have probably Joe Gomez play centre half. Obviously, Rob will come back in, Trent at right back. Szoboszlai, we hope and pray that it's not a bad injury. And then Mo, I think that if there's a chance that Mo could come back, I wouldn't risk him. I just, if it's possible, start him on the bench if he is available. But realistically, again, I'd much rather keep him for 100% for Brentford than I would at 60-70% against Burnley anyway. But again, even their first goal, like tonight, like with Arsenal, and going back onto the game, even that first goal, I think it's a mixture of blame as well between Maka and Virgil. Like I said, I think when we were watching the game live, for me, I don't get why Virgil's stepping into midfield so high, exposes space, and then of course, obviously, Ali makes a great save, and then but Bukayo Saka does tap it in to make it 1-0, and those are the type of situations where it's unlucky, and we do concede a lot of them, but again, have to do a lot better defensively. And I know Plenty People as well has also said about the team. Was it the right team to put out? It was probably the only team Liverpool could put out, certainly in midfield. Obviously, we could have started with Harvey Elliott over Gravenberch. We even gone to a 2 in midfield, and potentially even started Nunes, which again he didn't look on it when he came on, but I think that's understandable. I think he's wearing 2 sizes up on his boots at the minute, supposedly. So again, not great in that aspect of things. But a whole week now for us to regroup and hopefully go again. For me, I think we will do. I think, look, we've already mentioned it and spoken about it, that again Liverpool have gone 22 games unbeaten in between both defeats. But at the end of the day, look, I think this team will dust themselves off and come back even better. And look, it's a blip. It is a blip, but it's the title race is still in our hands. Liverpool can go on and win the league title. And hopefully we do go on to do that as well. Fingers crossed anyway. But overall, look, Virgil van Dijk, not as his best. Ali, again, like I said, I think it's his worst game in a Liverpool shirt. Ibu, not great. Again, I can't even give, like, even when I've lost before, I've gone, oh yeah, this guy was man of the match. I can't even give man of the match to anyone today because everyone was poor. I genuinely can't give anyone man of the match anyway for the game. But next month we have Forest away, City away. We got City at home, I think. Ozan, Everton at Anfield, and Brighton away. Yeah, I think we got Brighton at home as well. A difficult month as well. Yeah, it is a very difficult month for sure. Arsenal stepped up today as it was Klopp's last game against them. Yeah, for sure. Well, it might not be. I was going to say it's not. Yeah, it might not be technically. Oh no, it will be because we knocked them out the already FA Cup. Again, my head is gone. But yeah, for some reason I thought Arsenal was still in the cup, and it's like, no, we beat them. But yeah, 100%. But then Mark. But sorry, yeah, Everton and Goodison. And Brighton at Anfield. Yeah, again, tough games going on. Every week's a tough game in the Premier League. There isn't an easy game, or at least Liverpool don't like to make it easy anyway. So, look, we'll take it as it is anyway, and look, we'll go again. And Burnley in a week's time on Saturday. I don't believe Liverpool are being televised. So, again, if you're going to Anfield, happy days. But yeah, dust ourselves off, come back even better, and take them all on anyway next week. For sure. But I am going to leave it there for tonight, guys. Big thank you to all of you guys for tuning in. Not the results, bit deflating, but look, hopefully next week or this week we can bounce ourselves off and hopefully, go again. Because, like I said, it is in our hands. Look, it doesn't feel nice at the minute losing to Arsenal, and look, Arsenal fans will be ecstatic with beating us, and many clubs' seasons beating Liverpool is the main positive out of their season. But look, we're going for the quadruple at the minute. Again, I think loads of people go, oh yeah, we can definitely go and win it. But as we've seen before and seen how tiresome it does take it out of people's seasons, look, at the end of the day, I think many of us would just prefer a Premier League title. If we ended the season with that, I think plenty of us would be happy with that anyway. But look, we dust ourselves off. We come back against Burnley and start all over again and batter the rest of them anyway. But if you're new around here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. If you are new, obviously we'll be live tomorrow, probably with a news episode. Either tomorrow or be Tuesday. And we might be live with a few bits and bobs throughout the week as well anyway. But yeah, preview probably on Friday. Hopefully, apologies there was no Arsenal preview as well. I was meant to do that earlier, but I ran out of time anyway. But look, at the end of the day, hopefully we come back better next week. Thanks everyone. We go again. Take it easy as well. The 100% mark and Phil's. But it's a shame that young Brothers wasn't playing as well. Really missed him. R.I.P. Joe Bradley as well. Yeah, 100%. And of course, our thoughts are with Conor Bradley at this difficult time as well. But like I said, guys, if you're new around here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I've been Conor from the COP Council. See you guys tomorrow. Ta-ra.